Testing my broadcast. Am I live? What's going on? Yeah, I'm live. Wow.
Are we live?
That just took so long. That took so long. Stupid YouTube.
Is it live? I don't see it.
What's that?
I said, are we live? I don't see it. I still see the old one.
Yeah, we're live.
We're live and I look like an idiot.
Ah, my goodness, YouTube, stop it! Ah! Welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
What's that?
You do the welcomes and I'll get my chat windows all sorted out.
Get your chat on. Well, welcome to, I'm going to do this in my best Australian voice, the Amigos and Co. Welcome to the Amigos and Co. I am Adam. And to the left or right of me, because I can't tell what screen it will be on in your viewing home, is Mr. Steve of Legion Vapes.
Howdy, y'all.
Yes, good morning. We got heaps of people. We got heaps of people in the chat there. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, it's going to be a strange stream. One thing is there's just the two of us. We've got no script, no plans, a couple ideas. Might be a long one, might be a short one. We might talk about when we lost our virginity.
No. No.
No, wait. We already did that one.
Yeah,
we already did that stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
We might say hello to the people in chat at the moment. At the top is Mr. T. Getz. How are you, my friend? Obviously, the Jangalang. How are you doing, my friend? Shoestring Tom. Hello. I'm not sure I've seen that name before, but welcome to the pandemonium that is Amigos and Co. Mr. Crinfus Vandal. Thank you for the stream key might be changed. Yep, absolutely. Thanks, man. Mr. Great Rombatsky, Mr. Rob, hello. Amazing coil builder from here in southern Australia. Mr. David Moyle, Jimmy James, what's up?
I'd like to do a shout out to David Moyle, who every single stream, it's the same comment. Hi, everyone. We'll catch replay. Have a good one. Yeah. So, David, on the replay, thanks for joining us. I understand life is really busy. I don't hold it against you, but so much thanks for your support of dropping by. And this has started to sound a little more snarky than I meant. I actually mean, seriously, thanks for coming in, even if you come late.
Yeah. Steve is a bitch in real life.
Yeah, I am a bitch. I didn't mean it to be bitchy, but it just came off that way.
Yeah. And Mr. Dennis Michael, did I say hello to Dennis Michael as well? How you doing, man? And to answer Chris' question, this is the most expensive T-shirt in the world. One of one. I had a one of one made just because I want to write it off on tax on my business. But no, I had one of one made. But we'll see. We'll see. If anyone would like a T-shirt, it's going to be $95 plus shipping. So.
Come with free coils?
Well, yeah. Hey, Shoestring Tom is in Ireland. Welcome.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, it sure is. I think I would move to Dublin today. I thought it was beautiful. Yeah.
So on with the show.
Shall
we go to the next thing, the buffet?
You do it, man, because you got all the pretty shinies.
You want me to do my buffet? Okay, guys. So today I am vaping on. Bam. I have the this is the new. What the hell is this called again? It's a topside light because it's a topside that comes apart. And if you take this little bit out, you can change it. Single battery. If you've used the irregular topside, very very similar, much the same thing. Nice vape. It's got the variant RDA on top. If you've used the drop, this is pretty much it's a drop. It's just a drop. It's a nice setup. This came in on Monday, and it came in with this little beast, which, look at that. This is the Odin. I did not think I would be getting this, and I am so happy to have it in my hand. So I can just tell you right now, it's going to have a great review. Also came in on Monday. On top of that, using the Vendi vape. I'm not mentioning juices, am I? I'll get to that in a sec. The Widowmaker in lovely rainbow from Vandy Vape. We've done there. Yeah, this is a weird one. I like it. I'm really enjoying using it, but it's strange. It's got side airflow. It's got bottom airflow. You can adjust and change out the outside ring for different airflow configurations. You can close off the juice flow on the top. All sorts of weird configurated things, and it's huge, but it's really nice.
Configurated.
Configurated, yes, that's a real word. Also, yeah, look at this. This is the hold that again. The man, I'm losing names today. This is the Vinci X, which is a single 18650 pod system from Vupu. Never got a chance to try the original Vinci, but this is quite nice. Really like it. Decent vape from this so far. And what else?
That's actually
that's it. That's all.
That's pretty big. Can you hold that against something so we can see how big that is? Did I lose Legion? Ah, Potato. Where have you gone, bro? Has anyone else lost Legion, or is that just me? Mr. Jangles with the top-notch inspirational messages there for Chris Vandal. Anyone in the chat? Did we lose Legion? Yep. Thanks, Chris. That's okay. I just wanted to see how big that mod was. He gone. Yeah. Legion's unfortunately got the worst internet in the stratosphere. There he is. Hello.
I have no idea what happened there. Let's see if I can go back to the camera. Boom, there I am.
Oh, look.
I don't know what happened there.
Look, man, if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. You know, just...
I don't know. I was looking down at the table and talking, and then all of a sudden I looked up, and there was no screen, and there was no you, and
yep.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know what happened.
That's Lismore Internet, everyone. Yep, Lismore Internet.
Let me just text the wife and tell her to use mobile data.
Hey, but please do continue on with that. Can you hold that stick when you're finished there up against something else? That looked huge. I'm kind of interested. It's a smoke product, right? So.
No, Vupu.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
How far did I get?
All you got was I didn't see whatever else you had in your hand, so it froze right at that point.
Let's switch over here. Boom. So I showed you this against the Aegis.
Yep.
And then against the... make some space. This is about as tall, about as wide.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said when you weren't listening, it's a pod mod. It's a single 18650, nice little screen on there.
Yep.
It's a proper 18650 single battery mod with a pod on top. Would have been nice actually if they'd had a little adapter. You plop it in there and then just put on a tank if you wanted. But I doubt they're going to go that way. But yeah, it's a pod. It's a mod. It's somewhere in between. And
the coil is good? Or is that a rebuildable?
I think they're doing a rebuildable section for it.
Yeah.
I don't have it. But yeah, the coil so far, quite nice, quite good.
Nice, man. So I guess that's me. I did some different stuff. Last night I built myself some, to the great delight of Mr. Rob in the chat. I know he'll be stoked, except I'm not using stainless. I made myself some quad cores, some quad core aliens, quad 28s, just in a simple wrap. So I've got those in the passage. And it came out to 0.13 because I was a little bit low, had the wrong gauge, but I added a wrap. So those are interesting. It's surprising how different a quad-core vape is compared to a tri-core or whatever's. In that, I have Mr. Labworks Ecto. Let's just call this Ecto. That is an orange juice. But I have that also in the same... Topside Jewel. I pulled out my dead goat because I haven't I basically haven't touched that in almost a year. But in that is some Triple 26 aliens. So that is just a little situation there. I also have Topside SQ with the passage. In there, I'm running my regular aliens. That has today a little atom bomb. Mama's Cookies. And also the DBV3 with a juice that I am trying to get through. That is one that will remain nameless, but it's freaking with me, and I'm trying to discover that e-liquid. But the Blotto Triple 27's in that. Beautiful. Beautifuls. Yep.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah. Definitely hit that thumbs up as per Mr. Vandal's request, because you must do what he says. Yeah.
Fuck that. I don't do what he says. Just a word of caution. You're stuttering for me. I don't know if that's you or me. And if it's me, then I may just drop out again.
Okay.
If I do, I'll come back.
Yep. No problems. That's Australian Potato Internet, thankfully, on a Tuesday morning. Thank you very much. Awesome. Yeah. So let's just jump into some stuff that compounded me when I first woke up this morning. I saw a tweet from the FDA with a recent set of guidelines. Is that right? New guideline that has come out for a couple of things on the vaping argument. I don't know whether it's because I'm stupid or I'm so confused and jaded all at the same time. There's so much news going on that it's hard to keep up with what's going on. So I'm completely confused at what this actually is. So I know you know a little bit about it, Mr. Steve.
I read through it and I sort of deciphered mostly what they're going on about. And it's primarily, it's primarily to do with the PMTA applications and the August 8th deadline. So technically, everything that's been released after the August 8th deadline is illegal. You shouldn't have that on the market. Only products that were on the market and available prior to that point should be sold. Now, there was that case recently where I can't remember which department it was, but they said that they have to change all the bottles. They need to be low flow restricted bottles. All the bottles that are currently out there are not compliant. And so if you combine those two things, that could actually kill the entire market.
Yep.
So this is basically a leeway that allows them to change their packaging and to change the bottles to new bottles that didn't exist prior to August 8th, and still get away with it. It also allows for battery changes. So if they've discovered that a certain battery system is slightly dangerous and it needs to be readjusted, as long as it's the same product and it's just a safety fix, that should be okay.
Yeah.
It's basically a leeway to allow them to adjust, fix, or address issues on those older products without falling afoul of the August 8th deadline. From what I could see, that's pretty much all it is. It's nothing to get hugely alarmed about. It's not another way to try and shut us down. This is actually them being sensible for a change. You know.
Yeah.
Which, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
That's all that's about.
All right. Yeah, because it's just like, man, there's so many different stuff, and CDC versus FDA versus what the states are doing, the states in the states are doing. Like, it's just like, okay, so you've got all these different rules and regulations now, and I mean, like we were saying at the square table or the rectangle table Trump talk, let's just call it that, hashtag Trump talk. The situation of him being smarter than he lets on, and like what you were saying earlier, Steve, is whenever a question was posed or whatnot, he would automatically turn to someone who would likely oppose that to find out that argument. And, I said it earlier on the Vaping with the Omi show, the interesting playoff between Romney and Trump, and Michelle Minton's take on that situation, that Trump and Romney got some political game going on there, versus the entire situation of the conversation with obviously with the big vape, and yeah. But she's got an excellent theory. Did you know what that is? Should I read it out?
You my guess. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going to check the tweet. So she's saying here, also, whoever said Trump only invited Romney to get him on record looking bad, I think he was right. Watch the video of Trump at 31 minutes on that discussion where Romney's talking about how many jobs will be lost. Where Romney's talking about how many jobs will be lost. He smirks a little, then winks at someone almost like gotcha. So potentially Trump was playing the game there, and Mr. Mann walked straight into it.
He's got a reputation for not being the brightest cookie in the box and saying outrageous things, but he didn't get to be president for nothing, and he didn't get to be still around for nothing. He's got something on the ball there, and he's definitely playing some sort of game.
Yeah.
Hopefully that game is going to work in our favor.
Yeah.
It looks like he's leaning in our direction.
Yeah.
So that's about all I have to say about him right now.
Yeah. There was a point there for many months that, and I say this was all respect to the citizens of the US. I actually couldn't look at Trump for a while because he was not someone that I was on the same page with. And now I can deal with Trump. I can't deal with Bloomberg. I can't even look at that guy's face. I can't even look at him.
I mean, there are people that are hardcore Republican, hardcore Democrat, and then there's full-on right-wing, full-on left-wing, and all that stuff. People with political ideals, and then there are people that are just out to fuck the world and make more money.
Yeah. And
it just amazes me that you can have billions, and I think we've all seen these memes where you actually look at how much that money can do, and how impossible it would be to spend it. I mean, there are people with like billions and billions of dollars, and all they're doing is fucking with us.
Yeah.
To make more billions.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely mind blowing.
There's some comments about that in the chat. Stephen Sard, the one Romney also said that those jobs were just minimum wage jobs, dehumanizing people because, man, I've had a minimum wage job pretty much all my life. So thanks, Romney.
There's just 2 points to that. I mean, one, so minimum wage jobs are just as valid. They're just people like the rest of us. They're just trying to get by. They're as important as anything else. And the second thing is just a flat out ignorance to assume that when we're talking about jobs in the vape industry, we're only talking about cashiers and clerks, the guy who sweeps up out the front of the store. What about all the companies, the chemists, the producers, the shippers, the truck drivers? These are not minimum wage jobs, and they're also important. There's a wide range of people involved in this industry, not just, and no offense to them, but not just cashiers. I mean, it's just ignorance. It's just flat out ignorance. Yeah.
Oh, I also said, and maybe this is just my messed up mind, but if you took all Bloomberg's money away, he would just be, that family member that you just want to shut up. We don't want to know your opinion. We don't want to know what you think. Please stop. Yeah. Please stop.
Guy you only see once a year at Thanksgiving, and even then you're fortunate stone cousins.
Yeah, I think we all have a family member like that. Oh dear. Anyway,
I live in fear of turning to that guy.
Yeah, well, you gotta uphold the what do you call it? The legend. I'm turning into my grandfather, so.
Yeah, I want to be the crazy uncle. I don't want to be the racist grandpa. I want to be like the crazy uncle. I want to be the one where the kids come in. I'm like, oh, have you heard this band from Japan? It's experimental noise music. Come on, here, bring a spliff and check this out. I want to be that guy.
Yeah, you need
my Volkswagen band.
You need a facial piercing or a facial tattoo, man.
No. Facial tattoos are just not. No.
Yeah.
Just no.
Yeah.
I went this far. I'm stopping there. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I can hang my pods off these.
That's right. And please, kids, don't do that at home.
No. You will rip them out, and it will not be fun.
Yeah. So it's been pretty heavy week, and there's still more to come. More to come. So I'd like to stop talking about that before I get properly angry. Properly angry.
Aside from the politics, I'm going to throw out an idea. This is something that occurred to me in prototype form like months ago, and I did nothing with it. And it's come back to my mind, and I think I'm actually going to do it on a DIY scale. And I'm also wondering if is it a saleable product? I'm not sure. If it is, there's not a huge market for it. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get an old mod that's dead, and I'm going to gut it. And I'm going to get a 1 meter section of wire. I'm going to wire it to the 510 connection on the inside, so it comes out the side at the bottom. And I'm going to run that away. I'm going to attach that to an RDA, put it on a second mod. Idea being that I can then fire an RDA with some beautiful breeze tones coils remotely from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole purpose of this is that I will be able to put some beautiful coils and a beautiful new RDA, set my camera up and get everything perfect and get my focal length, and then I can fire it while taking pictures of it without having my fingers in there, without touching the mod and moving it, without, this is something I've wanted to do for ages, and I've actually decided, probably this week I'm going to find the parts and put that together.
Crazy.
And
I thought you were going to say, and watch it go up in flames so I could take photos of it as...
Well, the thing is, I've done this before. Especially when you pull out the strobes and you want to get like the beautiful arc shots, like crystal. You've seen those where like your little drops are like going everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And the problem is that if you've got a thin layer of focus, as soon as you move that RDA, everything gets blurry and you get a shitty picture.
Yep.
And trying to take pictures from over here while my hand is in the frame holding onto the mod, it's a pain in the butt. I want to be able to fire it remotely from behind the camera. And
Jangles is saying do not try anything he is saying. Maybe there's some truth in that.
It's not that big or that complicated situation. Like I said, basically instead of having an RDA, you're running wire up from that to a 510 connection down the line. So it should be, there's no electrical issues. It's not going to cause any fires or anything. It's just moving the RDA away from the top so that you can fire it remotely. I
think you're making this too hard for yourself. All you need to do is solder some wire to the bottom of a 510 and then run that, as far away as you need to with the camera and the stand and the lighting and get your focus right, and then put the other end of the wire into the socket on the wall. That'll be fine, man. That'll work a treat. That would be fine.
No.
Yeah.
No, not going there.
Oh, that's what? No. Twisted Messes had a. Was it a step down or an inverter?
Let's see, 240 volts at 0.12 ohms.
Yeah.
How many watts?
A lot. A few. Yeah, a few.
Yeah, not doing that. Not doing that.
All right, so let's change tack now. I want you to give me your first impression of the Odin.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The finish on this is just absolutely stellar. I'm so glad they sent me the gunmetal because that's my jam. And just the look, the feel, the comfort. For it to be a dual 21700, it's just a really, really comfortable, really, really nice mod. Finger fire, thumb fire, side fire, whatever you want. It's a bit of a shame it's the DNA because I'm not the hugest fan of that, mainly because every now and then I lock myself out and I forget how to get back in, which is really annoying.
Operator error.
Yeah, it's not the system, it's me. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it.
Yeah. Yes, that will be a mod that I have no need for, can't afford, but desperately want.
Yeah. It's got a skull on the button. Help me with that. I showed my wife a picture of it, and that was I showed her the side and I showed her the back. This is before it came in. She's like, "Yeah, it's a mod." And then I showed her the button. She's like, "Oh, I want that."
Yep.
You can't have it. Mine. I only got one. I got one. You can have something else.
Yep.
There's a whole shelf of them. Go have them.
And your topside light. Actually, before I ask about that, Mr. Chris Overdrip has asked a question. How's the Widowmaker RTA?
It's good. First build was stellar. It was absolutely wonderful. I really enjoyed it. And then I had to rewick and stuff. And since then, I started having leaking issues, and I've rewicked it 3 or 4 times. Today, I actually shut off the bottom airflow, so that just solves that. So we'll see how it goes with some successive builds and some different coils in there. It's finicky. It's not a simple set up and just go, no brainer kind of thing. You really gotta take your time to think about it. There's a lot of different airflow options. There's top and side or bottom and side airflow. You can change out the rings for different airflows. There's juice flow control, which a lot of things are just set and forget. But you have 5 options here. There's a lot to think about when you're setting it up. So
Yeah.
I enjoy the vape once I've got it dialed in. Sometimes a little bit fiddling to get things going.
How many builds have you had in it so far? Have you had it that long?
I've had 2 builds in there so far.
2 builds. Yep.
And multiple successive rewicks. So
Yeah.
a couple more to go before I'm ready to actually film.
Yeah. Vandal's asking about that. That's obviously up for a review.
Probably early next week.
Uh-huh. When the internet catches up. Sorry, that was a very poor joke. Sorry about that.
No, I understand.
Well, so
we still have bushfires. They're still burning in our area. And just before we started streaming, I heard that Sydney, which if you don't know, all wires in Australia go through Sydney. Every single wire in Australia, like my coils, they go through Sydney. Our internet, our power, everything goes through Sydney. And they are being hammered right now with thunder, lightning, hail, massive storm, and a heat wave all at the same time. So that's probably the reason why all the internet is shit across the country today.
No doubt.
At least that's my excuse.
Yeah. We have probably one single internet line. If anything, the electricity is to go by, then we have one line in this state to Victoria or to New South Wales.
On broadband, even if you're on broadband, Sydney to the rest of the world is dial-up.
Sydney to the rest of the world is dial-up.
Yes. Everything goes to Sydney, and then Sydney's like, there's a guy in Sydney in the little office dialing up for you. And it's one of those old ones where they have to put the phone in the little cradle.
Yep. Just connecting, please. Did I actually read something about our speed? Is that there's a new streaming service being offered, and they can't offer it in Australia because we couldn't even keep up?
Yeah, the Google Stadia. It's streaming games. So the idea being you don't need a big, massive computer that can deal with it. Google will handle that, and they'll just stream the game to you. You just need a joystick and a Chromecast. But we can't do that in Australia.
Yeah. We're lucky to have YouTube.
We had the same thing when Netflix opened here. They were like, no, you guys don't have the right broadband. You fix that, we'll bring it in.
Yeah.
Next year, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they introduced Netflix, Netflix, all of Australia's internet went.
Yeah.
Everyone started tuning in.
Because what do you call it? The bandwidth just totally no. Yeah.
I can see it every single night because I monitor like my connection all day long, and during the day I can't upload because my wife's working and my uploads kill our internet. So I have like great bandwidth during the day, and then at night when I'm ready to upload, everyone tunes in Netflix and gone. It's just gone.
Oh, here we go. Jake is saying Stadia is a joke anywhere but cities with the absolute best internet. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't South Korea have the best internet speeds in the world? Is that right? Or is that a fallacy?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Don't have the exact figures, but I've heard they have damn killer internet.
Yeah.
I'll move to Korea and make sure it's the right one, not the left one.
verging on inappropriate. Let's talk about the topside light, my friend. Have you run it in both modes, or is it just swanking at the moment?
Just came in this week, so just squonking so far. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play with the conversion. I did convert it once and put it back. I mean, it's really, really simple to do. But it's kind of got me mystified. I'm enjoying it. I like it.
Yep.
I like it as much as I like the original topside. I'm just kind of flustered at the point of it. It is the original topside. It's the same board. It's the same menu. It's the same functionality. You've lost the ability to pull out the bottle and have spare bottles, but you've gained the ability to go to a single battery mod for dripping or tanks.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of had that ability with the original one anyway. Just put a tank on it. I'm not quite sure why it's convertible. Like I said, I like it. I'm not against it. I don't really see the point of convertible.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can. I had another one, some Wismec device a while back, and you could convert it to a squonker or a single battery or dual battery or regulated, unregulated. You could pull out the board. I had all these bits and pieces, and you could fiddle with it. And I just looked at it, it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why? If I want to build my own mod, I will order parts and build my own mod. This is just more stuff to sit in my drawer. And I figured that most people would find their favorite configuration, stick with it, and never ever switch it again. And I think the same kind of goes with this. Most people are just going to use it like this. I mean,
see, I had a person ask me, they wanted, and I guess it's everyone's taste, but they wanted a regulated 21700 mod. And I had to think about how many, devices there are of that spec. So I guess that they're, yeah.
There's a few out there.
Yeah, regulated 21700 single.
Lost Fate Mirage? Is that single or dual?
Is that 21700? Is that 2700?
Ooh, you got a point there.
Yeah. Anyway, this person was going to buy the light because it was a 21700, regulated, and I was like, that's an interesting question.
See, same thing though. They would, from what you're saying, they don't want to squonk.
They don't want to squonk.
They're going to put it into single battery mode, and that'll be it. The rest will sit in the drawer forever.
Yep.
Until the one day that they go, let's try squonking, and then it will be something else forever.
So it's also designed to be a cheap price point, right?
Yeah, it is. It is much cheaper than the original. Like I said, I'm not against it. I'm really enjoying it. It's barely left my hands since it came in.
Yep.
Just trying to get my head around what the point of the conversion is and whether that's a valid selling point.
Yep. In chat, T-Get says, sorry, going back to the internet thing, because there's been, talk about internet still going on in the chat. Where is it again? T-Get says his speeds are 150 up, 25 down. T-Gets went before I pay, a little bit more money now for the internet, which was still in the same budget, but effectively, I think my speed was not even 3 up and 1 down. And I have to pay more, to get it to I think it's 25 up and 10 down, I think.
Yeah, Jake's popped in with he gets 10 down in his area. I can't even do that. I'm lucky to get 6.
Yeah.
7 is a really good day. 7, I'm getting excited. I think my very best has been 7 down.
That's at 2:45 on a Tuesday morning, right?
Yeah. And it lasts 20 minutes, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
We were scheduled for an upgrade, and it should be better. We were scheduled for March, and they bumped us back 2 months, and then they bumped us back a month, and they bumped us back another month. We were scheduled for this month. They bumped us back to January, and we've just heard that March. And I've been waiting.
March.
And wait.
March. Yep.
Yeah.
Giz, please don't put numbers like that in the chat. That's not very nice to us Australians. And also, Mr. Sard, Mr. Sard, fiber. Yeah. Yeah. What's that?
I used to belong to a group way back in the day. This is when I was in Vancouver, and it was a group that shared software that they didn't quite legally own, and they shared it with a communal server, and it was international. And we had special rules for the Australians because the group rules were that if you download, you have to upload so that everyone gets shared stuff, and the Australians didn't have to upload. Just even back then, just like we feel bad for you guys. Just take it. Just take it. It's good. You don't have to worry about your quota. It's cool.
Send us a Christmas card.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I had people in Australia that would write me. It's like, dude, can you just burn it off and mail it to me? That'd be faster. You know,
Can you send me a 3/4 hard disk? That'd be great. The original hard disks for an Amstrad.
I came through customs back in the day with two terabyte, no, single terabyte hard drives in external enclosures jammed into my case with a lot of that stuff. Since gone, since lost, I don't do that anymore. I've become a smart boy. But I was just amazed. They went through my case, they went through everything, and they put them carefully on the side. They never looked at them, opened them, checked them. I mean, they could have been full of who knows what hard drives of illegal stuff, but they didn't care.
WikiLeaks.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain these days if you have massive hard drives stuck in your wrapped in your underwear in your case, that they're going to check what's on there. But
They're pushing
back then, they
the
didn't.
bottles of nicotine out of the way. No, I want to look at the.
Yeah. Enough of my previous illegal activities.
Yes, I did partake back in the day. A friend of our family's was into gaming and got some of the games because that was the thing to do, is to hack the game back in the day, the late 80s, early 90s, so you could get your access to the latest games. And you remember those games that they used to have, whoever had hacked the software would always put their like bumper on the front? Do you remember that?
Yep. Yep.
It was like
Little
a
splash screen.
yeah.
Or they would go in and hack the game splash screen with their own logo and stuff.
Yep. I remember
Or the ones you get the ones where you didn't have to actually hack the software because it was a free download, but you'd have a little keygen thing that you have to run to get the little software, and it would have a little animation and music that you had to endure first. It's like, yes, you can have a serial number, but first watch 15 minutes of my digital animation.
Yeah, I'm just shout myself out. What's up?
Yeah.
I cracked it. Yeah. Yeah, I actually had to have an intervention with computer games because I was doing all sorts of stuff to do anything to play them. So I haven't touched computer games for a long time, and I only just learnt that you can now no longer pause games. What's up with that? That's why people die. That's why people die.
You can't pause games because games are online. But it used to be that you couldn't pause games because they were all Nintendo, and you just can't do that shit.
Yeah.
And then we had like first-person shooters and all that, where you could pause a game and go take a shit, come back, and continue being, Gordon from Half-Life or whatever. But now they're all online. So first of all, Australians are all fucked. You're lagging. You're lagging like crazy. And yeah, you're playing with people all over the world. So yeah, you can't pause Fortnite. You can't pause Destiny because people are waiting for you to.
Do you play games like that?
I don't like games that require interaction with other people because I want to pause and go take a shit.
Well, what I was going to ask is like, how long does it, like, let's say you're doing, I don't even know what you call it, like a campaign or a level or, whatever you're doing, it takes time, right? It's not a quick game.
It takes time. My eldest son, stepson, he's just switched. He just picked himself up a Switch and the new Nintendo, so he's not on Destiny now. But yeah, with Destiny, it's scheduled raids with your I don't know, guild team, whatever, and they're at specific times. And yeah, dinner time is literally everyone else sitting eating dinner and him rushing in at the last minute eating, and then going, "Oh crap!" I'm running back again, pulling the door shut, um, and yelling and screaming and banging on the table. What the
Teenagers.
fuck? What the? Well, remember it's Australian internet. So what the fuck happened there? Oh, you didn't kill me. Fuck. We do that all night. And bang on the table, and the whole house rumbles. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to film through here. Shut the fuck up.
Well, in my house, it's Pac-Man and Pocoyo and, kids shows with songs that I need to not remember the lyrics of. There's plenty of that.
Yeah, you're at an earlier stage.
Yeah.
You're about to come into the fun stage, where it's like, look at all the stuff from my youth, son. Let me share it with you. These are the games I play. These are the comics. We've got to watch this TV show. Yeah, there's only 50 episodes, so let's watch this. And you can share with them, and they think you're cool, and they're really into what you're sharing. And then they just go, "But Dad, you're old. You wouldn't get that meme. That's a young person's meme."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get the meme. It's just not funny. Yeah, it's because you're old. You don't understand. We're Zed. We're Zed. We're really cool, and we're like into like, shut the fuck up. I'm old. I'm old now.
Yeah. I look forward to it. I look forward to that stuff so I can go through.
That short little period in the middle. Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah. 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 It's a good thing. Yeah. Well.
While we're talking about games, the big news of the week, which is really, really cool and kind of disappointing, because I don't want to spend money on games. I want to spend money on camera gear. Half-Life 3 finally announced.
I didn't even know what that is.
Oh, Mo, you let me down. Many people in the comments are. Half-Life 1 was awesome. Half-Life 2 was fucking phenomenal. Half-Life 2.1, 2.3, the little sequel ones they did. Massive game. Portal, the offshoot, Portal 1 and 2, awesome. Portal 2 ended promising us that they were going to converge. We were going to have something happening. And then nothing. We have been waiting for Half-Life 3 for 12 years. It's like, and they said, no, that's it. We're done. We're never doing it. It's never coming. And all of a sudden, Half-Life 3. And yeah, Jake knows. VR only. Means I got to buy a headset. Means I got to buy a new computer. Means I got to buy all sorts of shit. So I can play Half-Life. I have to play. It's Half-Life. I've been waiting for 12 years. It's the only game that I have gone back and played from beginning to end repetitively.
I think
Doom I've played like twice, but Half-Life is like...
I think we can safely say that nothing is over, man. They'll always find a way to rehash something, or it'll come around in fashion again. It's just the way it is.
Well, the thing is, on one hand, I'm sucked in because it's Half-Life and I have to play it. And on the other hand, I know it's like, we don't have enough people playing VR. What can we do? Well, there's all those people waiting over there in the Half-Life queue. They're waiting to spend their money.
Wait, Joshua is saying 1990? Really? 1990? Is that when that game was out?
Half-Life 1, yeah.
Wow. I was in grade 10 in 1990. There you go.
So why weren't you playing Half-Life?
Because I'd already had my intervention by then. Yeah. Basically, when I started high school was when my intervention happened. Man, I was stealing from my mum to play those games. It was not good. Not a good thing. Yeah.
I think I told you this before. My brother-in-law had a vending machine company, so he had buckets and buckets full of foreign currency and things that looked like the right size coins. So I didn't have to steal from my mom. I just stole from the giant buckets of fake money, and I spent those on the arcade machines.
Yeah.
And that kind of got me through high school.
Yeah.
And I still put a dent in those buckets.
Yeah. That was a long time ago, and it was not a pretty sight when I confronted my mum about it, and I apologise, Mum. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a strict rule with video games. It's one of the reasons why I like. I mean, I love Half Life and I love Fallout 4 so much, but I used to be a musician and do all that stuff. Then I was a photographer and I do all that stuff. Now I'm a reviewer and I do this stuff. And one day I'll make films, but I won't do any of that if I'm playing video games. It just will not happen.
Yeah.
And so it's like one game, beginning to end, for a year. I'll disappear. I'll fall into it. I'll finish it, and then I'll step out again.
Yeah.
Because if I become a gamer, I don't achieve anything in my life, and it's kind of you got to make a choice.
Yeah, but if you buy a new computer, it'll be your son's. It won't be yours, man.
No. There's a hierarchy in this house. There is.
There's not.
Oh, there is. If he wants stuff, he can fucking buy it himself. We bought the first one.
Yep. I knew it was going to happen. Did I lose Steve again? Man. Yeah, Steve froze. We'll wait for a second to see if he comes back. But we don't even have a gaming console in this house because I can't trust myself. Can't trust myself at all. And it's just one of those things. I have to live my life, sadly, without games for the moment. Yeah. Can I get anyone to tell me if Steve did freeze on their end or if that's my end in the chat? That'd be great. Please. Bye, Steve. Yeah, Steve and Sard. Oh, well. That's it. That's a very jolly photo of Steve. If you wanted to remember Steve, it would be with that face. He's like, ooh. Mr. Shane Beekman dropped solo on his Mirage 21700. Yep, that's okay. That answers that question we were talking about before. Yeah, Giz, can you please email Steve some gigs? That'd be great. Steve was looking frozen and very funny. Absolutely. Well, now unfortunately you have to listen to my boring monotone voice for the moment. I guess we were coming up to the hour, so we'll see if he comes back, and if he does not, then I will sign off, and I will thank you all very much for hanging out with us. We look forward to the Monday/Tuesday show, and even though things have been a little bit trying to get away from the news that's going on, everyone stay strong. Got to stay strong, and yeah, I think he's definitely not coming back. His computer froze. There you go. Steve, it's okay, man. It's okay. We forgive you. We love you. It'll be fine. And everyone can send download speeds and whatnot via email to steve@legionvape. No. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm not going to sit on here and bore you with my boring talk, solo talk. I'm going to thank you again all for coming out. Next week might be a little bit different. I have to, yeah, actually I am going to do that, Bruni. I'm going to take a photo of that so Steve knows what was going on. That would be the froze face. Hang on, just let me get it. Stop doing that. There we go. Outstanding. Oh, he's gone completely. That's okay. Rebooting now. Oh, should I wait? Should I wait? Should I wait? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think I should do? Should I wait? And he's messed up my Zoom room, man. Thanks, Steve. All right, we'll just wait for a little bit because then he can come in and give me shit for talking shit about him, and then we'll say goodbye. Yeah.
Screen catcher just in time. Awesome.
Nice. Thanks, Giz. Yeah, I'll try and work on one as well. But I don't think anyone beat the mayonnaise sticker that Steve had. That was outstanding. I don't know if he's gone. He's still gone. Photoshop a gnome hat before sending it to him. Yeah. Yeah, we'll wait for Steve to come back. Yeah, next week. I'm sure Steve and Vandal will be here. Next week, I'm going to be having my jaw rearranged by the dentist and a couple of other things. So it will be a different show again next week. We do have some people coming up. Just trying to work it all out. Holidays are looming, and also timing of what's going on with the vape industry here and abroad is proving to be hard. I've been trying to get some people on. I've had some success in getting people, but knocking them down is locking them down for a show is not being very easy. So we do have some pretty serious stuff coming up, but at the moment we just have to kind of play it by ear, and we're here to hang out with you guys. Yeah. Safe travels if you're traveling. Absolutely, Giz. That's exactly right. I don't trust the dentist. I'm pretty sure that my career with the dentistry, I've been putting a lot of kids into public health, and also my mum has been putting a lot of kids in private school. Yeah, that's a rough living. Though this guy that I'm seeing at the moment, he's like a military dude. He's ex-military. I believe he was a medic or something like that. And he's got all the gear, and he nerds out on the technology of dentistry. So it's kind of cool. He's a young guy. And so he tells you what he's doing while he's doing it, which is pretty rough. But it's actually a bit different than having an older gentleman poke around in your face. Yeah, which is what I've had most of the time. But the dentist work never stops with me, unfortunately. Thank you, Grandad. Yeah. We'll give Steve a little bit longer. Give him a little bit longer and see if he comes back. If he does not, then I will sign off. Shane Beekman, do you have a barrage?
Oh, yes, you do.
This guy.
Hey.
Did everything just shut down on you, man?
The entire system just froze. Just totally froze.
Yep.
And so then I sat for a minute and I hit some buttons and nothing was going on. So I hit the power, and that's how long it took for me to get back.
Have you turned it off and turned it on again?
Yes.
Indeed. Well, I just spent the last 3 minutes saying goodbye to everyone. So
We were talking about the dentist.
I was talking about the dentist because, yeah,
Yeah.
screw
So
you.
we got streamception going on.
Oh,
I was actually watching you on the.
Streamception. All four of me. Yeah. I was saying next week, Steve, I'm having my face operated on, so I will not be available for the next stream.
Okay. Well, we will wish you the best of dental luck. And, we'll figure something out, but we'll still be here.
Yeah, yes. Yes, yes.
Maybe me and Chris.
Yeah.
Or someone else. Maybe we'll get a guest.
We should have some more guests. And
So is your wonderful wife going to be holding your hand? Or is she available?
No. For the show? No, she currently works at this time, so it would not be appropriate. And my wife's potty mouth, her talking like that in the office is probably not appropriate, even though she probably does.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So it looks like I got back just in time to sign off.
yes, but I was saying thank you to everyone. So unless you...
For putting up with us rambling about games and the internet and fires and my potato computer. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. Well, I think we had 3 potatoes during the stream, so that makes it perfect because it always happens in threes. Yeah.
As long as it stops now, we're good.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. All right. We hope everyone has an amazing week. Mr. Steve, I hope you have an amazing week and that those fires stay away. And
Yes.
yeah, we'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
That's the
Thanks
camera
for coming
there.
in, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Where?